Hello, my friends. Welcome to Let's Talk, produced by Wise Mindly Inc. I'm your host, Coach Shay Marville. In this space, we dive into transformative conversations that hopefully inspire you to grow, heal, and have a deeper connection to yourself and to the world around you. So let's talk, let's connect, let's grow together. The power of breathwork after 50. Your midlife reset begins here. The 3 a.m. wake-up call. Picture this. It's 3 a.m. You're wide awake. Again. Your heart is doing that thing, that rapid flutter that makes you wonder if this is anxiety or something worse. The sheets are damp. Your mind is racing through tomorrow's to-do list, what happened yesterday, regrets, and that conversation from 1987 that still makes you cringe. Why are you thinking about these things, you ask? Sound familiar? I'm here with you. That was me 5 years ago. I've been teaching yoga and meditation for over 2 decades. I thought I had this wellness thing figured out. Then I hit 48, and my body staged a full-out rebellion. The tools that worked at 30, they were like bringing a butter knife to cut steel. Here's what nobody tells you about in midlife. Your nervous system has been keeping score for 50 plus years. Every deadline, every loss, every time you said I'm fine, when you weren't, it's all there, stored in your cells, in your skin, in your bones, in your body, waiting. But I discovered something that changed everything. Something so available that I almost dismissed it. I learned it years ago. I remember when the teachers used to say, more important than the poses is the breath. And it's true. Your breath, that automatic thing that you're doing right now that you never think about, is actually the master switch in the entire nervous system. And after 50, guess what? It becomes your superpower. I want us to do it together. I'm going to show you exactly why breathwork works differently for all of us, but powerfully, especially after 50. I'll share the science that blew my mind, stories from women who've transformed their sleep, including me, and I'll guide you through practices you can use tonight. And if you're ready to go deeper, I call it the pulse method. Are you ready? Let's take our first intentional breath together. Close your eyes if you can. Breathe in through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 3 and release through your mouth for 6. Can you feel that subtle shift? That's your nervous system saying, inhale for 1, for 2, for 3. Now hold for 1, for 2, for 3. Actually, let's do that again. I want you to inhale for 4. You're going to hold for 3, and you're going to release through your mouth for 6. Let's do it. Breathe in, which means inhale. Place your hands on your lower belly. Inhale for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Now hold for 1, for 2, for 3. And now release for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Can you feel that subtle shift? That's your nervous system saying, in fact, she's saying thank you. Here's what your doctor might not tell you. After 50, your nervous system doesn't bounce back like it used to. And it is not broken. You are not broken. You are an unfolding story. And your breath, your nervous system, is wise. It's been through decades of life, and it's developed patterns to protect you. I'm going to say that one more time. It's been through decades of life, and it's developed patterns that protect you. They're not against you. Your body is not against you. Your body is for you. Your body is of you. You are a soul. You are consciousness that has a body. The problem is some of those patterns are outdated, like software running up on upgraded hardware. It's a problem, right? I'm going to get nerdy just for a moment. I promise you, it's worth it. Your vagus nerve, think of it as the CEO of your calm response. That's your ability to relax. That loses tone as we age. This means your body stays in an alert mode longer. That alert mode shows up at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. all of a sudden becomes your wake-up call. That's your nervous system stuck in yesterday's stress. But here's where it gets really curious. Research from Stanford shows that people over 50 who practice controlled breathing for just 10 minutes a day, daily, see more dramatic improvements in heart rate variability than younger practitioners. Why? Because a system that's been stressed for decades is desperately ready for relief. Dr. Patricia Gerbarg, who studied breath and aging extensively, that in older adults, nervous systems are actually more responsive to breathwork and breathwork interventions. It's like your body has been waiting for permission to relax. I'm going to give you an actual example. So for many years, I worked in the seniors housing industry. And I was working with a series of women and men over the age of 80 to 105 for close to a decade. Not all the same people, mind you. And I remember distinctly this one woman who reinforced for me the power of breath work over 50. She was 99, had suffered from anxiety and panic attacks most of her life. And one of her friends in the community invited her to come to meditation with me on Thursday mornings at 11 a.m. For 6 weeks, she came diligently. And then one day, after class, she came up to me and she said, "Shay, I need to talk to you about something really important." I was concerned. I was worried. I said, "Absolutely." I took her into my office. I sat her down. I offered her a cup of tea. She was actually getting quite emotional. I said, "What's wrong?" She looked me in the eyes and she said, "Nothing. Nothing is wrong. Actually, everything is right." I was sort of quizzical. What do you mean? What's going on? Why did you want to talk to me? She said, I needed to tell you something. I needed to tell you that I've lived 99 years. And over the last 6 weeks, I've learned how to breathe from my belly and not my chest. And for the first time, I feel relief. And I wish it happened when I was 30, Shay. I wish it happened when I was 40 or 50 or 60 or 70. But I'm so glad it happened today. My life is different because of this work. I was stunned. There were a number of things that stunned me. One was 99-year-old woman was sitting in front of me telling me about how good she felt from learning how to breathe intentionally. That was the number one thing. Number two, that a 99-year-old woman was sitting in front of me, interested, engaged, and hungry for life. And number three, she gave me this incredible gift to acknowledge what was done and what we shared. And she kept coming to the classes. I can't tell you what that did for me as a practitioner and an educator. So if you think that it's too late or breathing intentionally doesn't matter, you're wrong. It's life-changing. And especially for women navigating perimenopause, this is a game changer. Those hot flashes, they're triggered by your sympathetic nervous system going haywire. Breathwork literally is an enabler of cooling the body. It actually cools the body and activates the parasympathetic nervous response. Those hot flashes, they're triggered by your sympathetic nervous system going haywire. Breathwork literally cools that fire by activating your parasympathetic nervous system and your response. I remember another student, Carrie, she went from 8 hot flashes a day to 2 within 3 weeks of practice. And for the men who have gotten very grumpy, you know, they've got the grumpy old man syndrome. It's often an overwhelmed nervous system that never learned to discharge stress. Breathwork changes that narrative internally. Here's my favorite stat. After 50, we've taken approximately 630 million breaths, most of them unconscious, often shallow, survival mode breaths. What if the next 630 million could be different? The beautiful irony is this. The very life experience that exhausted your nervous system has also given you an internal wisdom barometer to finally slow down and pay attention. You're not 30 or 40 anymore. You don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to make up for who others wanted you to be. You just have to give in to being yourself. And you're ready for something real. Let me tell you about Anne. Anne is a 55-year-old woman. She hasn't slept through the night in how long? 3 years. She's tried melatonin, CBD, prescriptions, everything except addressing the root cause. Perimenopause instigated the sleeplessness. But her breathing pattern before she went into perimenopause was the pattern that wouldn't allow her to rest. The first week of breath work, she was still waking up. but falling back to sleep faster. The second week, sleeping until 5 a.m. The third week, she texted me at 7 a.m. in the morning, and she wrote, "I just woke up 7 hours straight. Is this magic? What's going on? Is it the breathing, really?" And it's science. When you practice breathing in and breathing out, breathing in, holding the breath, and then breathing out before bed, you are manually switching your nervous system from day mode to night mode. In fact, this is the breath I taught her. Breathe in for 4, hold for 7, release for 8. Let's try it. I want you to put your hands on your belly. Breathe in through your nostrils. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold for 7. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now open your mouth and exhale for 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rest. Now stay. Do you feel the shift? This is taking you from the day mode to the night mode. You are literally hacking in to your own body, your own biology. But sleep is just the beginning. Energy is the hidden gift of breath work after 50. We think energy declines and that it's inevitable. Wrong. Most of us are simply oxygen deprived. Shallow breathing means your cells are running on fumes. Proper breath work increases your VO2 max, your body's ability to use oxygen. Studies show that conscious breathing can increase energy levels by 37% in adults over 50. That's better than most energy drinks, which are not good for you, by the way. And it comes without the crash. Then there's your heart. Breathwork lowers blood pressure naturally, just consistency, repatterning. The American Heart Association now recommends breathing exercises as a first-line intervention for pre-hypertension. And here's the thing that nobody talks about. Are you ready? Breathwork improves your balance and reduces the risk of falling. How, you ask? By increasing body awareness and strengthening your core with each deep breath. It's yoga, cardio, and meditation rolled into one. The inflammation marker that terrifies doctors, the C-reactive protein, regular breath work lowers it by up to 40%. That's not just numbers on a lab report. That's less joint pain, clearer thinking, better digestion. I'm 54 now, close to 55. I sleep better than I did at 30. I have more sustained energy than I did at 40, all from breathing intentionally every day. I used to take it for granted, and now I can't live without it. And can we be honest for a moment? By 50, we're carrying so much. Family struggles, divorces, looking after elderly parents, looking after young children or looking after teenagers, dealing with bills, dealing with friends who are dying, dealing with grocery bills, right? The list of things. The world is in chaos. Everything is changing. Technology has taken over human relationships. We are all struggling. Then there's the parent we lost, the career that didn't work out, the kids who grew up too fast. It's all there, locked in our shoulders, in our spine, in our jaws, in our bellies. Traditional therapy asks you to talk it out, but some of us don't have the strength to talk. Some pain lives deeper than words can convey. Breathwork is emotional archaeology. Each exhalation excavates a little more, not violently, but gently, like brushing dust off of an artifact. I'll never forget, I had a client by the name of Marilyn, 60, successful executive, suffering from the calamities of stress. She was living in stress mode from the time she was 15. In fact, when she came to me, she said, "I don't remember a day that I have not been stressed. And I've come to you as a last resort. My sister told me that you could help me. I don't quite believe it, but I'm willing to try." 10 minutes in, guys, 10 minutes into circular breathing, she started sobbing. And then she spent 30 minutes crying. And then she said, "I haven't cried like this since I was 15, since my mom died." That grief had been living in her chest, in her back, in her spine for decades, taking up space until there was no space. I'm not suggesting that breath work relieves trauma, but I am suggesting that your breath is essential to processing the pain that you experience in life. It's about finally metabolizing all the events that are happening in the body. Your body knows how to heal. Can you hear me? Your body knows how to heal. It just needs the right conditions. Slow, conscious breathing creates those conditions, and the research backs it up. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk worked on trauma, and his work showed that breath work can process emotional pain that talk therapy can't. Why? Because trauma lives in the body, not just in the mind. But it's not all heavy. Breathwork after 50 also unlocks what? Joy, laughter, parts of you that have been dormant, creativity that got buried under responsibilities, playfulness that seemed inappropriate for a grown-up. Actually, one student that I was working with did breath work for 10 minutes and then started laughing and couldn't stop, laughing with her whole entire body. She said to me afterwards, "I'm so sorry, but I realized I had not laughed like that in at least a decade, if ever." You see, we judge our bodies, but our bodies aren't judging us. Our bodies want to love us. Our bodies want to care for us. Again, because we are not a body. We are souls with bodies. It doesn't care if you're processing grief or discovering joy. It just wants you to have space to be it, to feel it, to move it. And at this stage of life, don't you think you've earned the time to be able to cry and feel and laugh, and most importantly, be yourself? Here's the other thing, and this might be an uncomfortable subject for some. Our 50s are a spiritual awakening. The questions change, don't they? It's no longer, what do I want to be? Who am I really? How do I succeed? But the real question is, what actually matters to me now? Every wisdom tradition knew something we've forgotten, or we just keep getting it wrong. Breath is the bridge between the body and spirit. In Sanskrit, it's called prana. In Latin, it's called spiritus. In Hebrew, the word for breath is the same, ruach. This isn't religious, it's human. When you slow your breath, when you breathe on purpose, when you take time, your brain waves shift, the theta state, the same frequency as deep meditation and creativity. You're literally turning into a different channel of consciousness. My student Carol, a 60-year-old engineer, skeptical of everything. She's always thought yoga and meditation were woo-woo. I don't get it. I don't have time for it. But again, a friend dragged her to one of my classes. And afterwards, she came up to me and she said, "I'm sorry." I said, "For what?" She said, "You knew at the beginning of the class, I really wasn't interested in giving you a chance. But by the end of it, I felt something bigger than me, something that I've never felt before. I don't know if it's God. I don't know what it is. But I felt bigger than I am. I felt like there was so much room in me. For the first time, I physically felt enough." What is that? I said, "That's your breath. And she's always been with you. And she's always going to be with you. You came into the world with your breath, because of your breath. And when you sit with it, when you notice it, something expands, a recognition of your wholeness, that you are not just one small thing in the world, but you are part of something vast and big. And it's all there." After 50, we have this ability to notice that it's not about achievement. It isn't about a title or a name. And it's especially not about what you look like. We've accumulated enough experiences to understand that life is more than what we can see, and that we are deeper than anyone could know. Breathwork is a necessary daily practice of coming home to yourself, not to the role you play, not to faking it till you make it, not to being a parent or a professional or a caregiver, but the essence that's always been with you. We call it intuition, but intuition is patterns. It's noticing. It's wisdom that's accumulated. Whatever we call it, it can speak to us through our breath. And after 50, it seems, after 60, after 70, after 80, after 90, we finally have the ability to listen. Here's what stops most people. Most people are obsessed with perfectionism. They always think that they're less. They think they need someone else or something bigger than them to tell them that they are valuable or they have the right to breathe and have space to be themselves. But you don't need that. What you need is 5 minutes and your lungs. That's it. And you already have that. So start right now. Start today. Before you check your phone. Before the day hijacks your nervous system. Lay down or sit up. Breathe in for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Now hold for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5, for 6, for 7. And now exhale on 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let out a sigh. Let's try it again. Breathe in for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4. Now hold for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5, for 6, for 7. Now release for 10, for 9, for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. And sigh it out. Let's do it one more time. Breathe in. Place your hands on your stomach. Breathe into your nostrils for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4. Now hold for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Now exhale for 10, for 9, for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. And let everything go with a Can you feel the shift? Can you feel the shift? Now this is what I want you to do. I want you to follow my voice. And we're going to count together. And you're not going to hold your breath. You're just going to slow your breath by breathing in, counting backwards from 20. Are you ready? Place your hands on your belly. Open your mouth wide and exhale. Now, breathe in. And now let go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sink. Release. That's it. Can you feel the shift? No equipment, no subscription. The expertise is internal. But here's the secret to the sauce. Consistency. Consistency beats intensity. 5 minutes daily beats an hour weekly. Your nervous system learns through repetition, not force. Track it. Love yourself. Forgive the past. Put a star on your calendar every day for your practice. And if you do this for 21 days, your mind will be different. Your body will be different. You'll crave new things. The excuse, I don't have time, will disappear. Breathwork gives you life, gives you energy. It's an investment into your light, into your purpose, into your meaning. So when you wake up again at 3 a.m. or 2:45 or 3:52, remember this. You are not broken and nothing is wrong. The body is coming home and she's calling you to pay attention, to love yourself, to notice your in-breath and your out-breath, and to soften, to soften. Breathe in, hold, release. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is your practice. You are your practice. And if you want some help, reach out, DM me. That's why I created the Pulse Method. This is your midlife nervous system reset. My friends, thank you for joining me on Let's Talk, produced by Wise Mindly Inc. I hope today's conversation inspired you to take action, reflect, or embrace on a new way of thinking, on a new path. And if you enjoyed today's episode, and hopefully you did, don't forget to subscribe, share, and even leave a review. Reviews matter. They allow us to do way more than we're doing now. Let's continue the journey of growth and well-being together. Until next time, I'm Coach Shay Marville. Stay connected, stay curious, and let's keep talking.